I'm, they're on their system, so I can't really see. Yeah. Hello, good morning.
Got canvases at Michael's for buy one, get two free.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. I was gonna go to Hobby Lobby, like $3.99 there, but I thought I'd try it anyway.
Yeah.
It worked out for me. Okay.
Can't see anybody. Oh, she said she'll be right back. Today we're going to be using green, yellow, white.
What's it gonna be?
We're going to work on some flowers.
All right.
Yes, we had a flower request, so we're going to work on a little bit of flowers. Is everybody on?
Nobody's on, actually.
I would have done this for you. I didn't work on that other
Well, it's
painting.
being recorded, so
Okay.
I will keep
So,
checking in to admit them if they.
gotcha.
Green, yellow, white, right?
Yes, I'm working with green, yellow, white, a little bit of brown, if you have it.
Oh, you got all CN and burn.
Burnt umber.
Yeah, burnt sienna.
Burnt sienna. Yep, that's good. You won't need, won't need much stuff.
Green, yellow, and
Not
what?
today. Green, yellow, and brown if you have it. Burnt sienna, burnt umber. What's that? It's a lighter tint. It's a lighter tint.
Gotta
Yeah.
wait for it to dry.
So, yeah, we'll actually do some of that. Right. And I'm gonna use ultramarine blue, or if you have a blue, that's fine. So we are going to be working on some flowers today. Thanks for coming back. For those that were here last week, we finished up a sunrise landscape, working with some clouds. We're going to focusing on the flowers today. We're going to lay down our background. Of course, we're going to work from back to front like we normally do. So we're going to load up our paint here on our palettes. Make sure that brush is nice and moist. Now I have my black canvas already painted here. So I'm going to start to insert blue up in the top to mix in.
Should I wait for this to dry first, or am I okay to go over?
You can go over with the blue, just
Go over it?
yeah. Yours is still wet, so you're just kind of doing a wet on wet. Now your flowers might have to, if you can't help it, try not to use a lot of paint just so it dries a little faster.
Okay.
So I'm gonna just add some blue up top here. And I'm just gonna mix this in on top of my black canvas. We're going about down like halfway with the blue. And I'm keeping this blue nice and dark so it kind of blends with the black already. Okay. Now again, I'm using ultramarine blue, but if you have a dark blue, any type of dark blue you have, that's fine. You just want to see a hint of dark blue through the black. And I'm going about halfway down the canvas here.
Good meeting you.
All right. Okay. Again, I'm just adding blue into my top layer, my top half of my canvas. And I'm not even blending evenly. I'm just kind of throwing it on the canvas and playing, keeping my brush moving.
Just so it shows up a little bit, some spots, right?
Yes, exactly. You want it to show up and highlight a couple areas to give your background some depth.
Okay.
Okay. When we do these flowers, they're going to be very bright and vibrant. And it's all going to tie in to this background very well, very nicely.
You know, actually it still look black, but
Yeah,
it's
still
gonna
look black,
be darker.
but you get a hint of
Flatter?
blues. Exactly. Okay. Uh-oh. All right.
I'm right. I was trying to put that out.
Getting that blue right on there. So as you can see, my blue is kind of hinted in there. That's perfect. So you can kind of see the blue hinted in. Uh-oh, canvas problem. There we go. Okay, now.
Won the game 7-2, I think. 7-1.
Who's that?
Phillies.
Phillies. Nice.
Okay, game. That's why I wasn't here. Kept saying to myself, and this,
Yeah, no matter what direction, try to keep your brush moving nice and even on the canvas. Pretty good pressure.
kept saying they better win. It's better be worth it. I'm missing my art class.
go.
Good. Why don't you come join us?
Right.
I'm making a mess.
Uh,
That's what I do. You'll see me when I'm done.
You were better than the other.
I have the colors of the rainbow in me when I'm done.
Oh, good.
But it doesn't look like great.
Took a lot of people yesterday.
Oh, well, you know what? They've been asking for it.
Yeah, I was the only one
And
there.
I saw that when I come down.
Yeah.
But I used to do that. I used to come and play bingo at 9 o'clock. And at 10 o'clock, I went exercise class. And
Yeah.
that's what they said yesterday. They never really had it on Wednesday. Who was the instructor?
I had to sign in.
You know,
Forgot to
is
sign
it?
in. I did. I
Yeah, I
forgot to
didn't know.
sign
Oh,
in.
they said that. And I said, I didn't pick that date.
All
And
right.
I'm really helping.
Now,
I know that.
Yeah,
I'm just kidding. you.
yeah, I played bingo, but
I'm
I
gonna
never
take
got
my
handling, giving the money out. or
Save
anything
it.
like that.
2-inch brush. Yep, my wife, 1-inch brush, excuse me. Gonna clean it off real good.
You want some blue coming through.
Yeah, definitely want some blue showing through. Now I'm gonna take my hunter green. Yep, just a little hunter green. And I'm gonna mix a little bit of that blue into it that we just used. So I'm creating a dark blue green, green blue right now.
What I did. I got the.
Okay. So I got it nice and loaded on my brush here. That dark green. Yes. Yes, yellow and blue makes green if you don't have it. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start putting my background leaves in. So I'm gonna come on my canvas firmly, and I'm gonna do a loop, come down. I'll do it again
Green.
with green, yep. Now this time I'm gonna do pure green, it's gonna be a little brighter. I'm gonna come on this side and do another leaf right here. I'm just touching the canvas, flat with my brush, and I'm stroking down. Just gonna create a point right here. Okay. Now these leaves are gonna be a little darker because they're in the back. So we want our flowers to really pop when this is all said and done. So we're gonna start off with darker color leaves. And we're just gonna keep making these on our canvas here. And you'll see how it's gonna tie in. Putting my brush flat on, keeping it firm, and then I'm rolling it down. All right.
The first one was when it's darker color.
Yeah, first one I mixed in with the blue
Uh,
to make it darker.
Just blue.
Yeah, just the blue. And you can do that every once in a while. And if you want some down here,
So it's just blue you mix in.
right. And what you'll see, if you mix the blue and the green on your brush, it'll start to give you a texture if you keep your brush going straight down. So I'm gonna put a little bit of green, hunter green on one end, and then the dark blue on the other tip of the brush. Again, I'm gonna just press down on my canvas and I'm gonna roll it flat. Just like that. See how I'll do one more so you can see. Flat, and then I just roll it down. Okay. Okay. folks can see this. So these are gonna be become our leaf petals. We're gonna put some tulips in here. So now I'm gonna I have my green with my little bit of white. I'm gonna put it on the tip of my brush with the green now. Okay, I've got green and a tip of white on my brush. And now I'm gonna do another one. That white.
Get white, go over it,
You'll see,
white and
and
green.
you'll see that white, yes, white and green. Just put a little bit of white on your tip of your brush. And that white will give you a nice depth and texture on your leaves. Okay. So put a little white on the tip and then load your brush with green. Then you start to go over some of these leaves if you want. Want to make bigger ones. You see how it's starting to give you some texture there. So again, tip of white, green on the other side of the brush. I'm gonna come back over this one again. Nice and firm, all the way down. And that white should give you a nice, like I said, a nice depth effect on your leaf. So for the most part, we're gonna fill up our bottom half of the painting with these tulip little leaves. So just keep on painting over, creating more. We're gonna put some flowers over top of these guys and tie this together. Just want nice happy leaves right now. You can fold them all kinds of ways. Just make sure you go down to the bottom of the canvas. Now I'm going to do the same thing, but this time I'm going to load my brush with green, and I'm going to take a tip of yellow like I did the white. Okay. So now I have a little bit of yellow on the tip of my brush now to create that highlight instead of the white.
Mix with green and a little bit of yellow.
And that's going to give you a whole different feel of texture.
Do the whole thing, just go right down the whole thing.
Yeah, just go. You can paint over top of it. That's the beauty of it. Just keep painting over top of it if you have to. We just wanted, the goal is to fill this bottom with leaves here. We're gonna add our flower. I believe it's working, but nobody's on right now. So I'm just layering this guy together here. This is gonna help us figure
Goes
out.
on the bottom, yellow, right? The bottom of the leaves, like along the edge.
Yeah, if you put the yellow on the tip of your brush
Uh-huh.
and start at that tip where the
Uh,
highlight is and push firmly down. It'll give you that texture,
Okay.
okay?
Okay.
Straight down on this one.
Green. That'd be yellow.
This is gonna help us figure out where our flowers can go later on. Sorry. Now, don't be shy now to get a wider brush and do a couple of thicker ones. Because our tulips are gonna be pretty decent size, probably about big as my fist here.
We'll go to Sam, I'm just looking at it. I love tulips. I hope this turns out.
Nice.
They are pretty, aren't they? I see some real pretty
Yeah, tulips
this
are
time of year.
I saw a black rose and a black tulip about 50 years ago. Somebody brought it in where I was working.
wow.
I was working at a grocery store.
Mm.
I was in
I didn't think there was.
college. Well, they're very, very rare. It was
They're
probably more than that, because I was in college when that happened. That was back in the
Ah.
60s. So. But that was beautiful. They were beautiful. Very rare, they told me.
Well, they dye them or they
Yeah.
dye and put dye or something
Yeah.
on them. Changing colors.
Yeah, you're right.
My son-in-law does the flower show in the city.
Uh-huh.
Very talented, but I have not seen anything like that in there.
I
Nice.
seen that commercial with the roses, they dip in gold.
Wow,
Yeah. $50 a rose.
really?
Yep.
Sheesh.
$50 a rose. But it's dipped in gold and it never dies. Keep it forever. $50. Yeah. In the long run, you save money on roses.
All right. So I'm almost covered here with my stems.
Somebody once told me when you're making drilling leaves or rocks, you can't make mistakes because they're all different.
Yeah. Right.
Okay, I'm okay here.
And you can come in and you can really start to put effects in here right on the canvas by just adding a little color in. I'm just going over the leaves I already have established, making indications of highlighted areas where the edge of the leaf stops. Okay. So now I'm gonna take some of that brown or the burnt cyan, whatever you have. And I'm gonna mix that into make another leaf now. Now I'm gonna just dab a little bit of that on my brush with more green and a tip of yellow. Okay. And I'm just gonna come in here. I'm gonna do the same thing. Now I just have brown in my leaves.
Brown. Now we're putting brown.
A little bit of brown. Yeah, 'cause every leaf isn't perfectly green.
Yeah. Just get
You know, you
area.
got some. Yeah, just want to put some color in there. Okay. Same technique. Loading my brush with 100 green. I'm dabbing a little bit of brown in, and I'm putting a tip of my highlight on the tip of the brush, which could be white or yellow.
Is the brown in the middle or the edge?
You could put it in the middle.
And put it in the middle?
Yeah.
Not all, we don't have to do all, of them, right?
Nah, just a couple here and there. Just a couple. Now I'm feeling comfortable with my background of leaves.
Trying to figure out, I think the bottom died first.
Right. See, I'm just painting right over what I already have established. You want to stay firm on the canvas.
Putting those, right?
Right, because that way, when you stay firm like that, those textures will really pop for you because you'll get all of that mixture of paint naturally coming off the brush on your canvas. It'll just start, it'll make its own way. Okay. Put one more in, and then we're gonna start our first flower here.
Oh. I'm in Spring, Florida, but you know why? I think we can talk about. Not the middle state.
That's perfect. That looks like lovely. It's grass.
Okay, excellent.
The hurricanes, the tornadoes, go out to the west coast.
Okay. So I am, again, I'm just highlighting what I already have here. With a little white and yellow on these tulip leaves.
Okay.
Okay. So now we'll just, even when we only have green, white, and yellow on our canvas, but these tulip leaves, black is really making it pop. Now again, if you feel like your tulip leaves are breaking, or it's not a solid, smooth transition, easy fix. Just go right over it. You can take your brush, go to the point firmly, and come straight on down over what you already have. And it'll bring it right back for you. See that nice and easy up and down. 'Cause that color is gonna mix. And it all starts on your brush.
All right, so what was that? We're doing big leaf?
Yeah, I'm just showing them how to go over a leaf if you don't feel comfortable like with the density of it.
Okay.
Just, sometimes the paint breaks.
Uh,
If you want a smooth transition, just simply go over it again. And it'll be fine. I got a couple leaves here that disappeared, so I'm just gonna go over it nice and firm and come all the way down. And when you stay firm, you'll overlap the other leaves that you have. So everything will start wrapping over each other.
yeah, that turned out good. That leaf really made it stick out a little better.
Yeah. Anytime you can do that anytime. Make those leaves brighter, darker. Okay. So now we got a pretty good full background covered up. Now we are ready to put some flowers on here. Okay. So we're gonna put a sunflower up here, and we're gonna start off.
All right.
We'll put a sunflower, nice big sunflower in the corner. So we're gonna start with brown. Load our brush out with some brown.
I don't know. Mine's right. I got one.
I'm using burnt umber. Taking my wide 1-inch brush. And now I'm just gonna start dabbing, creating a circle. Just like this. I have a nice big sunflower on here in the corner. Just dabbing it right on the canvas. Now I'm gonna take a little hint of some of my yellow just on the corner of the brushes, on both corners. And now I'm gonna just dab that into the brown to create that texture in the middle of that sunflower. Okay.
Dabbing brown.
Yeah, I'm just dabbing brown, a little bit of hints of yellow. Okay. Now for now, I'm gonna clean my brush off. We're gonna start putting some leaves on the sunflower right here.
I got new acrylic. These are starting to get hard.
Uh, So I got a nice clean 1-inch brush. I'm gonna load it with my yellow now. Nice bright medium cat yellow. Okay, got my brush loaded here. Now, I'm going to start again, really firm, okay? And then as I come down toward the center of that flower, that circle, of that sunflower, I'm gonna let my brush get wider. So I'm gonna start at the tip, come down and spread it wide. And then you see your flowers, your leaves start to come in.
You put a little bit of green in that or just keep it all yellow?
You can keep it all yellow. If you start to see hints of green like bleeding through, that means it's probably wet underneath a little bit, but we can always come back to it and put some highlight, drop some highlights in. So right now I'm just laying, again, straight pressure, and then I'm coming wider down as I come back to my base. There's another leaf. And I'm just gonna keep. Oh, you good. You can run it off the paper. It should run off, excuse me, the canvas.
Got it. I straightened it out.
Nice.
I just had to make the middle of the smaller.
Just dropping these sunflower leaves in. And as you're going off canvas, you can just simply
You can
start
just
from the center
Go off
and go up.
Don't do the complete flower, just.
Yep, just go right off. Okay. Let's see. Starting at the middle now and coming out. Doing the same step, taking that yellow, bringing it out, adding my leaves.
Down the bottom
And
there.
keep,
That's that, right?
yep, and just keep spreading it all the way around.
Getting a little black inside the.
That's what I'm getting. I'll go back over them all again.
Yeah, that's okay.
I'm waiting for it to dry.
Yeah, that's okay. Next week we'll come back in here and touch up
Thank you.
everything and drop our tulips in. Not a problem. That's why I make sure we do these in 2 segments for that same
pretty, isn't
purpose.
it?
Yeah, it really, the black really makes it pop, right?
Yeah.
So again, I'm just taking my tip on my yellow.
Beautiful. Yours is coming out with an orange in it. How come yours is coming out with just yellow?
Probably because I'm catching some of my wet brown. Now, again, you can absolutely add some of that brown in the middle of your brush to get that texture. But I wanted to wait on that. Just get our leaves down, our base leaves down first.
If I mess with it anymore, I'm gonna ruin it.
Yeah, just leave it be. work on highlights on the grass, the things that are dry that you can
Yeah.
manipulate better without spreading paint. So I have my sunflower here. Okay, I'm gonna come around to my live students. Give me 1 second, guys. A pale yellow, so that's why you're getting that.
All right,
that
this is letter yellow. I have a deeper, I think, in there. All right.
Yeah, if you put,
If not, I have something at home. I've used more paints than I do with you, but I've also got more confidence too.
yeah.
Now, if I
There
don't
you
have-
go. This is the yellow you need.
Oh, okay.
All right. That'll work better.
Thank you.
That looks pretty cool. Oh, yeah.
Oh, what a difference.
There you go. And now you throw a little bit of that brown on your brush, it'll come right there. Yeah, see?
Yeah.
No, next week when you come back and go over that after it's dry,
Right,
you'll
yeah,
have
nice
this-
and yellow.
nice and bright yellow, exactly. And then what we'll do is, that's how you'll get that texture on your leaves. By
Cool, I
by
like
adding a little bit of brown.
Uh-huh.
And you can make these
I'll
leaves
do that next
really
week, right?
pop.
Do that next week, right?
Yep, we'll work on that next week, getting our depth on these guys.
What a difference that makes.
Okay,
Yeah, more acrylic. These are drying now a little bit. Some of them are good. Sometimes some of them don't.
so cooking with gas here.
Yeah.
There we go.
Where the tulips gonna go with all that flower there?
So
Cover my leaves.
tulips are gonna
Cover my
go right
leaves.
in here, all in here.
Okay.
We just got this nice
Oh,
sunflower.
yeah,
just this-
that'll be I hope I have enough
Yeah.
room.
we got some nice pretty tulips in right in here.
You got the
That
red,
look neat.
you gonna put
The
anything
big
up
sunflower
there?
plant, tulip.
No, we'll leave that a little bit, you know,
Mhm.
negative back there, and then
I
we'll
had this,
have a nice composition
I
balance.
had this, I didn't have enough room here, so I brought it down and made this smaller. It fit.
Yeah, looks good, looks good. Okay. All right, so now I'm just gonna go in now and pull these leaves out a little bit more. Yeah, I'm going back to the green now. You can see I just made this one leaf with that yellow I already had on my brush, and it just brightened up that whole section that fast. Same thing over here. Come in and one more leaf in there. Like that.
I didn't do this yet. I still gotta do that. I gotta do this.
What's that? Oh, the landscape?
Yeah, I
I
didn't do that
got you.
yet. I was busy all last week.
Yeah.
Won't put up. Doesn't look like yours, so it won't put up.
I'll catch up this week.
I'm
That's all
gonna
right.
finish that landscape.
Okay.
I'm gonna finish it at home and I'll bring it in. I got it in my head.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
That's beautiful.
It is.
Wow.
I think it's neat.
You teach any other place, Aaron?
I just do private instruction for now.
You do probably.
Yeah.
You give your pictures away.
When I have art shows and stuff, oh yeah, definitely.
Do you donate stuff sometimes?
Every Mother's Day and
Where do
you
you
know,
have your art show?
they're different places. I try to do them in like parks and community
Oh,
centers
wow.
where it's accessible to everybody.
You donate some sometimes to salaries or something?
Yeah, absolutely. Fundraisers as well. They're,
Yeah.
like when I do my paint parties,
Yeah, I
We're
have to
gonna
give
do
you a
like
fast
here,
pay.
people get started, right?
yeah, they're working on it. So, yeah.
Well,
So what I,
I'm keeping my mouth shut because I had.
They're not having Super Sunday this year, are they?
We're out at,
At a media?
I went there 3 years ago. It was beautiful.
wow.
All the art, it was an
It's
art.
been closed down for years, 3 years now. like
Yeah,
you said.
3
So
years.
when I do my paint parties, I actually have a trivia game as we're painting. And during the game, you accumulate tickets to win one of my paintings.
You know, they had a show here right after I started. After I started my class, they had to put a couple of my pencil drawings in it. Which I wasn't going to, but the instructor said I had to.
Nice.
But they had all the artists here, paints and pen and paper drawings. And then Delaware County Community College has one every year.
Yeah.
And as I said, I wasn't putting anything in. Everybody said you have to put at least one thing in. So I did. But those people are really talented.
That was a nice job.
It wasn't nice.
Ladies and gentlemen, so as you can see, I am just doing some
Thank you
touch-ups.
very much.
We're pretty much done here for this first section of this painting. And hope to see everyone next week. We will, like I said, we will return. We'll pop some tulips in here. We'll come back and touch up some highlights, really work on our light sources, lighting and shading areas, and hope to see you soon next week. Take care now. Thanks for tuning in. Bye-bye. No, you're good. You're good. Hey, we're all talking now. Yeah, I'm talking to the Zoom folks out here.